Blog Talk Radio.
Thank you for joining us for Live Paranormal Radio. From the paranormal to the unexplained, it all happens here. It all happens here. Looking to enhance your radio experience? Participate in our live video chat 24/7 with our Live Paranormal Radio show hosts and other like-minded people. Live Paranormal.com, the only interactive social chat room supported by Full Interaction Media. Stop by now and join the fun.
All right, join the fun, people, and thank you, Live Paranormal, for that awesome intro. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Eric.
Hey, Mama. Kiss, kiss. And same for me, except not Mama.
Oh, yeah, of course. I could be your mama almost. Anyway, so, guys, Eric is a spirit guide and also my son, and he's going to talk a little bit about some interesting subject, but he's also going to take calls from you guys, the people he loves. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to talk about, Eric, how to live with a narcissist and also how to deal with yourself if you are a narcissist. Of course, if you're a narcissist, you're probably not going to admit it. So, but anyway, who knows? Go for it. Take it away, Eric.
So we're just getting comfortable. We're just sitting back. He's kind of chill. His legs up on his knee. And he's like, this is totally going to hit home with so many people that they're going to open their eyes and say, oops, are they talking about me? All right. So he's like, this is your wake-up call. First thing that he wants everyone to understand is that we all, and he's emphasizing all, have the energy of narcissism in us. It's just a fact. In fact, he's saying we all have the energy of everything in us. It's a matter of whether it gets tapped into, how much it's brought out in the contract, and how we are able to manage it. So, for the record, we're all narcissistic on some level, I think is what he's saying.
I can see that.
And he's saying it's really, let me just listen for a minute because he's talking very quick. He's saying that narcissism, like everything else, needs to be fertilized. And he said fertilized. At first he was going to say nurtured, and then he went, oops, I mean fertilized, dipped in shit. Because, his words, because when it's fertilized, it means that it actually is given the ingredients it needs by an unbeknownst participant in the, quote, relationship or companionship. And so that's really what fertilizes. Now, he's clear to say nobody should take blame for making a narcissist come out and be alive. He's not saying that at all. He's saying the narcissist thrives, fertilized, and it's fertilized by, he's saying, insecurity, lack of personal space, lack of understanding that you are bigger than any energy that you put out and project because you are part of the whole. These are simple things that we can take into our mind, into consideration, and help
and lack of boundaries.
Correct. He's showing me
boundaries would be a big one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lack of boundaries. But he's showing me like a fence around yourself almost. It's like you have to say, here I am, and this is the boundaries is the perfect word, yes. And he's saying just erect those boundaries. But he wants to touch on the fact that we all have pieces of everything in us. Because there are a lot of people that walk around and deny, he says over and over, that they could own or have any of this energy and other energies as well, because we're conditioned to think that there's only a good and a bad for it. And how about if it just is? How about if it just is? He says. And he wants to open minds up about this. He's really jumping around excited about this because what if we didn't look at narcissism as a very heavy way to be, but as a teacher? So when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, he wants to talk about a relationship with a narcissist. Me, I. The whole family suffers. But again, if the partner isn't fertilizing it, which he's saying he wants to create awareness to help people open their minds, and we're doing that with this show right now, you can shut that down. You can shut it down. So does that make sense?
Yeah, but look, I was raised by a narcissist, freaking psychopath. I was just a kid. What could I do? I just tried to hide and retreat inside to not fertilize it, to the whole relationship, so to speak. So, what if you're in the situation where you just don't have that many, so many choices?
So I'm raising my hand with you because I too was raised by a narcissist and continue to be in the shadow of a narcissist. But let me clarify what he's saying. As children, our energies are highly connected to the people who raise us. And so we have to be coming in learning these lessons. And so the fact that we were raised by narcissists and so many other people are raised by narcissists really just perpetuates it in our minds. So the idea of breaking the cycle, it can't happen when we're kids necessarily, he's saying, because you get fed, literally and figuratively, you get fed by your caregivers. And so he's saying that he's speaking to the parents or the partners of people with kids that are narcissists to hear this. Because, again, as he's emphasized with me so much, the kids are really where we start with a lot of this work. And, he's saying he can see what you were raised with, but and he can acknowledge it in his grandfather, but he knew him at a different level. So although he knew, he could definitely pick up and sense that. But again, was it a contract thing? Were you coming in? You did. You signed up for it. I signed up for it. So it's kind of like the kids. The kids look for the other partner. Now, in my case, I didn't have somebody to defend me. There was nobody to say, hey, don't do that. And Eric is going, a lot of kids are like that because either both parents are narcissists or one parent's scared of the other, of the narcissist, and it gets fertilized even more. And so it's really about awareness and educating the parents.
Yeah, well, my mother was just the kind of person who would comb her hair in front of, sitting in front of her makeup mirror and say, "Beat the children, Jose," while she was combing her hair. So she did not help at all. She never came to our defense. But what about if you're married to a narcissist and, you don't want to disrupt the family because you have children together? I mean, maybe you don't have any skills because you maybe worked to get your husband or wife through medical school, and so you don't really, you're not very employable because all you've done is raise children, which is a lot. And so it's really hard to divorce them because you don't know how you would support yourself, etc. So what if you're kind of trapped in a marital relationship, or perceived as trapped?
Right. Well, and Eric is emphasizing jumping up and down, waiting for you to finish graciously. As he's screaming at me, everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice, but he goes, "Mom, I know where you're coming from." He goes, but again, this is all the shifting of the mentality. And so what we do right now in the here and now, what you do is recognize what hurts your soul. And so if we start living life as souls, as we start understanding that this man or this woman says to me really can't hurt my soul, it can hurt my physical. So he's saying you have to, when he says the words revert within, go within, he doesn't mean it in a hideout, put your head in the sand kind of way. He's saying go within and put your soul shield on. Put your soul shield on. So in other words, if you're living with a man and you constantly are berated or belittled, the number one thing to do is to acknowledge number one, first and foremost, that you know this is not about you. That's the mentality that has to come around. Now, the narcissist will think it's never about them. So he's saying you don't want to get the narcissistic mindset, but you want to understand this is about the soul coming together with the other soul and learning the lessons. He really says awakening is the true catalyst to eradicating, he's saying putting an end to all of this hatred and dislike and these dysfunctional pieces of our lives.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And own who you are. He's showing me one of the things that he's telling me he was really passionate about was people just owning who they are, being who they are supposed to be. He's showing me there was no judgment. You could be whoever you wanted to be around him. He's like adamant about that message, and just be who you need to be. And so he's saying that we have to create a culture where the narcissist is put in a place where he's supposed to be, and the soul is over here where it's supposed to be, and then we learn how to dance together is what he's saying. He's showing me a dance movement, very fluid, moving his arms around. So
you're right. With the narcissist, with the narcissist, you are never going to be right. You are always going to be wrong, and the narcissist is going to be right. I, made all A's throughout my education. I graduated high honors in medical school and my residency, and magna cum laude and all that. I was a great kid. I took care of my mother, my disabled sister, and him until the end of his days, and yet still, he was just horrible to me, my sisters and me, because he was always right and we were always wrong. So, you're right. So you have to say, hey, look, I'm doing the best I can. I'm a good person. He cannot hurt my soul. I'm a freaking eternal being. What is the worst that can happen?
Mm-hmm.
So,
And he said,
I got a lot out of my childhood. He did.
Right, exactly. Mom, what did you learn? Eric is asking you, Mom, what did you learn? How did it develop your strength?
Yeah, I became more assertive. I learned how to be compassionate. I learned what kind of parent not to be. I learned how to be a uber nurturer to a fault, usually, because Eric, when he was a teenager, I'd pat my legs and say, come here, sit with mommy, and make him sit in my lap and stuff. It was not good.
Well, he's
not
saying
good. I love you.
No. If you could have left him his legs outside your uterus and he could have walked, that would have been good for you.
I know. That's true. I know.
But he's also saying, again, we look at good and bad in the world, and he wants to get a world where there isn't good and bad, there just is. This is a big thing. He's like, yes, because we look at narcissists and we say, oh, that's a bad thing, but let's look at it from an educational perspective.
Right. What are the lessons the narcissist is teaching us? How can we use a narcissist and his or her behavior to make us the best version of ourselves?
Mm-hmm. So he's saying that anything. So he's going really fast. Hold on, let me catch my breath. Let him catch his breath. All right.
He doesn't have a breath. What are you talking about? You think he can't take his breath?
Anything that feels like it's going against your natural grain, calling the grain your soul. He says, put the brakes on. You have a right to put the brakes on and literally, now he's using the phrase, catch your breath and not respond right away. And then look at what's happening. What's the dynamic of what's happening, he's saying, because, the shit might be hitting the fan, everything's going crazy, and all of a sudden you're going to take a time out. And right away that's going to set everything on its ear because that's not normal.
That's true because a lot of times narcissists play it up so that we immediately get in the defense mode and counterattack.
Mhm. Mm-hmm. And they thrive on that. So his thing is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe, feel, respond. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe, feel, respond.
I like that. So what makes
Yep.
a narcissist a narcissist?
What makes a narcissist a narcissist? It's not, there's nobody to blame. Part of it is, as we've talked about before, the soul contract. You come in with certain things that you have to check off. It's not labeled narcissist, but we've made up the name. Psychology gave it the name. And the other thing is, exactly. And the other thing is, it's on some level, he's saying it's nurtured. It's nurtured. It's fed and fertilized. He's going back to the word fertilized. So, is that a belief? Is that a self-belief and you self-fertilize it, Eric? Is that, because I'm kind of confused. He's saying it can be self-fertilized, which is, hello, the ego, he's saying.
Oh,
so, yeah. So, you get this inside your being, inside your head, and then you begin to self-fertilize it. And he's saying that you actually, if you're very fertilized in that, you look for somebody that's going to feed and serve your narcissism. He's really, now listen, we want to have a dialogue about this, because he's going to say narcissists will prey on perceived weakness. In adult relationships. We're clarifying. He's saying he's clarifying adult relationships. And so the first sign that you feel, and he's going back to the feeling. He's adamant about the feeling. The first time you feel something is off, he's saying, take inventory. Look at it. Is it conflictual with what your soul and your heart say?
Yeah.
Because the narcissist will identify. Listen, he's saying the narcissist doesn't know that they're identifying. They just are acting on automatic behavior. So it's not like the narcissist is picking up a checklist and going, okay, I'm going to go look for this in my partner and this in my partner. They're just, their radar is out, and they're doing it with their ego.
Wait, you blocked out a little bit before you said their ego. What did you say?
Oh, they've got like radar that's out looking for this. That's, like attracts like kind of thing. So in this instance, if the narcissist is like attracts like, that doesn't mean he's saying that they're attracting a narcissist. It's actually saying somebody that will feed the narcissist. If that makes sense,
of course.
Right, Eric? Yeah. So they can, it's almost like they have special powers, he's saying. Like they're going, who's going to feed this to me?
Well, they think they do, at the very least. They think they do.
Right. And he's saying at the height of it, at the center of it, a narcissist is a bully.
Oh, God, yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so the bully, he's saying, here's the deal with a bully, okay? You can't be logical with a bully. You can't. It's just, you don't take the bully out to lunch and say,
not a bully who always thinks they're right, especially the bully and most bullies are like that, I guess, who think they're always right. You can't argue with them.
Exactly. Right. And so this is why he's saying, take it into your soul, see what you need to protect you. And listen, the reality is, we get it that let's just say some women, they're holding their families together. They're barely feeding their families with the income they have. So picking up and leaving a narcissist isn't always an immediate option.
No.
So here's Eric wants that women and men stuck in that situation to understand it all begins with you, and not in a narcissistic way, in a way that you look within and you begin to connect to your soul. We're heading in a direction where the norm just isn't going to be what it always was. There's no norm anymore to things. Mm-hmm. And he's saying he's got his hand above his eyebrows, and he's like surveying the landscape. And you know what? There's so much more for you all to see. This is the tip of the iceberg.
Oh yeah. Oh, God,
and it begins with your soul. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so last thing I want to ask, how do you respond to a narcissist who attacks you in a very narcissistic way, verbally? What do you do? How do you respond? Do you just walk away? Do you say, screw you, and the horse you rode in on? Or what do you do?
He's like, Mom, there is only one response.
I know, those are not the two best options. Yeah, go ahead.
That is of love. He goes, of love. Yeah. You have to, and he's really being empathetic and sympathetic to the fact that, people get beat down literally and figuratively. And, it sounds flippant to say, oh, go love them. But the reality is, if we remember, and he says, he's living proof, he said, of this. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. So while they hurt your physical body, and listen, hands are together in prayer. We don't want that. As they hurt your physical body, they can't hurt your soul. They can't.
So what can you say? Just say to the narcissist, I see that you're hurting. I'm here for you if you need me, something like that.
Well, and
then just
really
walk away.
You have to be very careful, because you have to be able to understand how far the narcissist is willing to go to be right. Eric is saying where there's physicality involved when narcissists feel like they're just being like somebody's being condescending to them.
Or patronized.
It's patronized, absolutely. And so he says it's just a matter of, speaking what's true from love. So in the moment, it might be, yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from might be the appropriate answer, he says. I understand. Because if you truly understand a narcissist, you do understand where they're coming from. And the fact that it doesn't intersect with what they mean, they don't know that. It just diffuses the situation.
So. That's good. I like that. I like that. All right, you ready to
Thank you, Eric.
People? Thank
He's
you
got
so
his hands
much,
rubbing together.
Very wise.
Ready.
All right. Well, thank you. Another shout out to liveparanormal.com. Thank you for letting us do this thing. And we're going to take callers right now. First one is from the 210 area code. Hey there. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Dr. Medhus. Thank you for taking my call, and just thank you for everything that you do.
Call me Lisa, please. Call me
Lisa. I'm sorry.
Or Mama, whatever.
Eric is he's awesome, and my life has changed for the better. It's really cool. It's really cool to know that I have a friend on the other side who I can just talk to. And sometimes I see him in my mind, and I'm not sure if it's just my imagination or if it's him. But not to take too much time, but my mom and father got in a car wreck a couple years ago, and they thought everything was settled. Well, they found out that the person that it was just a minor fender type of accident, and so they're suing my parents now, and the insurance they didn't want to settle with the insurance, so I guess they wanted more. It's just a frivolous lawsuit. It's a frivolous lawsuit, and my mom is she's really upset and worried.
Of course.
I guess. Yeah. So just wanted to know if Eric had any insight or.
What's gonna go down, Eric? What can they do about it?
So first of all, he says, "Hey, dude." That's his greeting to you. Hey, dude. Actually, what he's saying is he agrees with your word frivolous, and he's also saying that they will not get more than there is to get. So let's explore that. Is there insurance?
They have their car vehicle insurance, but it's just that they wanted more, and the insurance company wanted to settle. It was a good amount of money, but they wanted more.
Yeah, Eric.
Did he get hurt?
Is adamant.
Did the other person get hurt? Did the other people get hurt?
I don't know. I mean, it was just a fender bender, and we don't think so. I mean,
That's ridiculous.
I guess
Eric is adamant they won't get more than there is to get, which as the interpreter,
Thank
Eric,
God.
I'd like to ask, is that the insurance money? Yes. They won't get more than there is to get. And listen, not for nothing, but we can see very little, if any, soreness in the body. So.
Okay.
But
Hey, you know
rest
their license plate numbers? We can go all of us go and key their car. I'm just kidding.
Mom.
Just kidding. But I can fantasize.
It actually happened on the Beltway in Houston, out there by going out to Tomball area. So, but anyway, I really do think that.
Quickly, Eric wants to ask about your mother's health. How is Mom mentally?
She's just worried and stressed out. You know, she's a very spiritual person, but you know, it's very stressful.
He wants her to focus on calming down a little bit, because what's happening is all of this angst and anxiety, as you know, is creating dis-ease in her body, and we don't want her to be sick from this. So meditation, chamomile tea, lavender essential oils. He's saying bubble baths with lavender, whatever she needs to do to not bring this stress level any higher. And rest assured, they won't get more than there is to get. So please take that to her.
So no more
What
than
about
what the insurance
valerian root? Good. Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes. Valerian root.
Okay.
Is valerian root supposed to help?
I can't. I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
I'm just asking Eric. Isn't something like valerian root or something like that supposed to help anxiety? Or
absolutely,
am I way off?
absolutely. No, absolutely. There's a whole host of things he's saying. You know, it's just to name them all. You know, he's just saying the main thing is that she relaxes. Also, does your mother have something that might conflict with something? Because the things that he named are the things he wants her to use. So I don't know if there'd be some interaction with some of her meds that she's on. So
we need to double check.
Oil. Yeah. The lavender oil is fine. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, thank
all
you
right.
so much. Have a great evening. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Evan. Appreciate it. You have a good night.
Wait, one more thing. Eric, is he really hearing you when he talks to you?
Are you talking to me?
Eric.
No.
No, I'm asking Eric, is he really hearing Eric when he talks to Eric?
Oh, duh. Eric is like pushing me, like shoving my arm. Of course he is. The fact that he doesn't believe it, though, we have to work on that. Of course. Eric is everywhere that he's asked to be. Absolutely, 1,000,000%.
Oh, awesome.
Okay,
that's good
thank
to
you
know.
so much. Thank you, Lisa.
Take
you
care.
guys have a good
Thanks
night.
for calling.
Night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, now we have somebody from the 910 area code. Hi there. What's up?
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
It's Belinda from North Carolina.
Hey, Belinda. What's up, girlfriend?
Waiting on some storms to come through.
Uh-oh.
Got tornado watches out.
Eric?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was wondering if, with me being on disability, if he sees of me getting a mentor to help with my abilities.
I'm sorry,
mentorship. If he sees me getting someone to help me with my spiritual abilities.
Are you talking about like a life coach? A spiritual life coach?
Yes. Life coach, mentor, someone just to help.
Well,
I have trouble doing it myself.
Eric wants to know why it can't be him.
Ah.
He wants to laugh all the time.
He's got the pen. He's got the pen in his hand, and he's saying, "If you would listen to me and write down what I tell you to write down." So, do you talk to Eric?
All the time.
Mm-hmm. And he's saying, take notes, write it down, and he's also telling me to tell you, have very specific questions for him. He said, because sometimes it feels like you're all over the place. He's a good one to say. I'm just going to say.
Yeah, really.
Okay. Yeah. Hello. But he's saying be very specific with your questions, and when you ask them, just say, Eric, I want to be in this mindset where I'd like answers. He's saying kind of get a little bit, not stern with them, but he's saying just it's like a shoulder shake. Take him by his shoulders and just say, come on, buddy, because Eric is all over the place. I mean, even with me here, it's like he's bouncing all around, but I too have that energy, so I'm cool with that. But
and me too.
That's me too.
But you're not hearing him, so you have to get a different approach. So he's saying ask him to be more calm. He's mindful of it. He'll try to show up for you. But do you have a specific question when you talk to him? If not, make sure you do, because then he'll give you a specific answer. And also he's saying to me to tell you that he talks to you in more ways than that. He comes to you in your dreams. Do you know that?
No, I'm just now starting to remember my dreams. I have dreams, but when I wake up, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just now starting to.
He's going to start to do that more and more and kind of shake you. And when you wake up, again, he's adamant about get the pen in your hand and get the paper. And when you wake up, no matter how silly it seems, chuckle, write it down because there's messages in it.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yay.
Well, what about doing
Thank
automatic writing with him?
you.
What about automatic writing? You want to try that with Eric?
Oh, yeah, I'll try it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do
but
it.
I'll do it.
Belinda, here's what he's telling me, sweetheart, that let me think. I hear him, but let me just see how I could put it. So, Eric, okay, so your energy is vibrating at a certain level. His energy is vibrating up here, and so you have to raise your vibration. He has to come down in order for you to meet. So when you start to talk to Eric, you have to be vibrating at a certain level. So it has to be a very peaceful, serene kind of level. So if you've got 12 million things going on and your mind is rolling, you're never going to connect. So kind of work on the mind thing, he's saying.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe meditate before you automatic write or whatever. That sounds good. Well, thanks for calling in, Belinda.
Take care,
honey. Thank you so much.
You betcha.
Bye-bye.
And be careful, okay? Bye.
I'm watching.
Yeah, just watch out for this. We got them in Texas too. They can be nasty.
Yeah,
okay,
we're getting ready
got somebody
on the East
from
Coast.
The 5. Wow, this is a really long number. It's 185263. I can go on and on, but I don't want to divulge the number. Who beats this? Hi there. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hola.
Hi, who are we talking to? Who is this? Anybody home? Oh, well, I guess we're not connected. It's a funky number, just like a million numbers. All right, we'll try one from the 631 area code. Hi there, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
hello?
I can hear you. What's your first name?
Hi, I'm Vicki, and hello to you, Lisa and Veronica. My question is...
Hey, sweetie.
My question is, in August, I was sleeping and this vibration really powerfully went through my back. And then a month later, when I was sleeping, it went through my heart. And I'm just so curious, what was that?
Mm-hmm. Eric is saying spiritual awakening on some level. It wasn't anything physical. He's saying don't even put your mind on that. And it was a spiritual surge. It was an energy surge. So prior to that, he's asking what was going on in your life. Was there something that you were asking for help for, or something that you needed to be stronger for? Because you had he's using the word infusion. You had an infusion of energy.
Yes, I was asking for a healing. But I don't know if that was the same. If that's the same thing.
So you had an infusion. You had an infusion of energy, and were you asking for physical healing or emotional healing?
Physical healing.
Mm-hmm. So one of the things that happened is the point of entry was your low back. Is that what you're saying?
It was the whole back, and it felt really good, to be honest.
Well, it's kind of like you had a spiritual massage. You had a spiritual what do you call it? Like he's saying, he's showing me his hands. I guess massage, because he's showing me his fingers going to work, opening up all the chakras, all the energy centers. There's way more to the body, and that surge.
Who was doing it? My guides?
It was actually, he's saying that it was actually one of your spirit guides that is the guide of determination, the guide of wisdom. There were two spirit guides at the same time, one on each side. So was it pretty powerful?
Yes, very. How about the heart one? What was that for?
Mm-hmm. The heart one, actually, the heart energy was Archangel Shamuel, which is the archangel. So that I'm not surprised that was like it must have been like Erica's showing me, like if you put the paddles on you, that opened your heart chakra really wide. Yeah, so totally clear.
Does that also? That's okay. Go ahead.
He's also saying that it probably needed opening due to there's residual stuff in there. He's calling it scar tissue. So probably from something that was hurting or something that needed to be resolved emotionally.
Okay, so is the healing going to take place physically? Is that part of it?
That was part of it, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Wow, okay.
Will she undergo more of that?
Excuse me?
Will it be ongoing? Will there be more?
Absolutely. It's not a once and done thing. Now, the vibration that you felt it at, which he's saying was a vibration of energy, you won't always feel it that significant. That was like something to get your attention. Now, the reason it needed to get your attention, what lifestyle changes do you need to make to help this healing?
And I've been doing it. I've been very, very strict, and I've been on it.
Mm-hmm. Because Eric is showing me that there's something that you're not taking or you weren't taking full responsibility for. And so you can have a billion surges, infusions, if you're not going to use your free will to take responsibility for it, but you're doing it. So.
No, I am taking responsibility.
That's great.
Cool.
Thank you so much. This was really eye-opening.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling in.
Thank you to you both. See you three.
Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That's cool. Sometimes I get vibrations all over my body if I feel like I'm going to go out of my body. All right, let's take one from the 310 area code. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Elisa?
How you doing? Yes, I'm here.
Good.
What's your first name?
My name is Sherry.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm okay. I have a question. A dear friend of my son, his son took his life last week, and it was unexpected. And of course, as you know, they're
a friend of your son.
A friend of my son, but the mother and our families are very close. He was 26, and no notes, nothing, and he was with his parents actually, and they just did not see it coming. They have no clues why.
Eric is
and
saying there's no apparent reason.
Same thing happens.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just wondered if James is if there's anything I can pass on to the family.
Eric is very protective of this energy, and it's almost like he's got his arms around James because it's so new and it's so fresh. And James was not somebody that was vocal about anything and liked to make everything be okay. And so there was a deep, obviously a deep suffering. Eric is showing me his heart space was hurt. So it involves some. Now listen. We don't want you to take this as the reason, but there's cumulative reasons here. But most recently, there was some sort of effect on the heart. So whether it was he was hurt by someone, and again, it's not about placing blame, but the heart, his heart was broken. His heart was broken.
It could be the last straw. Parents. I know.
Do you know that?
Well, we didn't know, the parents. No one knew. His friends didn't know if he was seeing anyone. And we went to his apartment after it happened to look for clues, and all we found was a plane ticket he had taken to Detroit, but no one knows that he knew anyone in Detroit from Los Angeles. And he was fine. He was at the office on Monday and then went home for lunch with his parents, and that was it.
It was something.
Did you look on his computer to see if he was having some sort of online relationship with anybody?
We don't have his password. We can't get Apple. It's really hard to break into someone's phone if you don't have the passcode, and we can't get into his computer. We don't have any of the codes.
Can't you get a forensic detective to get into it?
Well, so far, no one's been able to break into it. Certainly, the phone is just so hard. Because I know there was probably.
What he's showing me is the phone is accessed only through a thumbprint or a fingerprint. So,
but they always have codes too.
Yeah. Well, he's showing me his thumb or his finger, or Eric is showing me the thumb or the finger, just so you know what you're up against. But there was something with the heart, and I'm saying a broken heart, not in a literal sense. I'm not saying it. Eric is saying it. I'm the translator. Sorry, I speak for both of us. Eric's like, yeah, okay.
But maybe it's too soon. Maybe you need to call back in a few weeks, and maybe by then Eric will have, and his deceased loved ones over there will help him find his way and get to know the ropes and things like that. It just might be too fresh to really know very much detail.
Yes, give some closure to the parents. That's what Eric is suggesting too.
Right.
And maybe when it's not so fresh, James can give a message to his parents.
That's what I would like to do, because it's just, the tragedy is beyond.
Oh, I know.
So,
well, then
I'll call back in another couple weeks. It's just been about 2 weeks now, so I'll wait.
Yeah, Eric is very protective of this energy, so he's got his arms around him.
That's good.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you, ladies, and thank you, Eric, for helping out.
Take care.
You bet. Let me know if you decide to call in again. Just email me, okay?
I'll email you in a couple of weeks. I definitely will. Thank you, Lisa.
All right, Ben. Take care. And give our love to the parents.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Sure.
He's just not ready to talk about it yet.
Really?
He's not. Yeah, he's not ready to talk about it yet. Was a very private person.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, that just dragged up some really bad memories. I'm telling you.
I'm sure.
Oh my gosh, awful.
Eric is sending you kisses and hugs.
Sweet. Let's take somebody from the 678 area code. Hi there. How are you doing?
Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, we're here. You have something for Eric?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey. Yeah, we can hear you. What you got for our boy?
I really I've been struggling in my life, going through divorce, started a new job, working in mental health. Anything for my higher self?
Great question.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
I really would like to hear from my higher self.
Okay.
Been struggling with divorce, working a high-stress job, working with mental health, forensics, a job that is so negative, and I feel for these people, but I really don't know how to deal with them sometimes. and I just want some insight how to, I guess, deal with my job, my life. It's just all been so hard.
You have a beautiful scent around you. You have the scent of roses. It's just this beautiful, soft. Eric is just like he's laughing because I'm saying the roses, and he's like, okay. So what does that mean? It's really about the message for you is stopping to smell the roses. Are you taking enough time for you? And it can be difficult because you're doing what you're doing, but the only way you can feed somebody is if you're well fed and nourished yourself. And your higher self is feeding you. It's constantly there with you. It's never turning off. Never, never, never. But what you do with it, how you process it, if you're blocking it from feeding all of your energy centers, you're going to feel depleted and tired and worn out. And Eric is telling me that your energy is very lethargic. It's almost like you have trouble picking up your feet to walk.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's difficult. I go into a situation every day where there's so much anger, angst, and I try to keep my vibration up because I have to deal with these situations because people are mentally ill, and I have to also be where I'm not judgmental, and it's very, very hard. And
so listen,
and you're also going through your own stuff. You're going through your own stuff with the divorce.
Exactly. I'm starting over my life. Yeah. You know, I mean, I just went through divorce, and
here's a piece of guidance.
It's a loss.
Eric wants you to hear this. Eric wants you to hear this very deeply. Okay, judgment is a part of life. You have to be judgmental. Stop, he's saying.
It's a human
thing. If you're driving down the road and the light changes yellow from green, you have to use judgment to see if you're going to accelerate or you're going to stop. Again, he's saying we're going back into putting negatives on it, and you are being very hard on yourself. You're a human being. To go into a situation, if you didn't have judgment, on some level, you might make mistakes that could cost you your physical well-being. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So do not, Eric is adamant, do not be hard on yourself about the judging at work or at home. Either way. Here's what he wants you to do. This is a prescription for you. You ready?
Good.
He wants you to
listen.
Yes.
Yes. He wants you to listen to the noise around you. Okay? The chatter, the literal chatter.
So much noise.
And he wants you to hone in on what you most need to hear. And everything else is going to become a blur on the sideline. And then you're going to know what to deal with first. And all you have to do to activate this, he says, is ask for your listening, your discernment and your listening to be activated. Do you want to say back to me what we just said to you? Do you understand?
Yes, I need to listen to what I need to hear, basically, right?
So you can't shut the noise up, he's saying. The noise is the noise is the noise. What you're going to do in the moment, and it's going to happen simultaneously, you're going to listen. Something is going to speak out louder than everything else, and you're going to look at that, and you're going to hear that, and that's where you're going to go. Whatever comes out is where.
Recognize that.
Yes, because you're going to actually, with intention, ask to be shown what you need to hear. And so you're going to listen. Everything's going on. Blah, 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 blah. Something is going to speak up louder. And then you're going to go, wait a minute, I heard this the loudest. Okay?
I understand because...
Then that's where you go.
So I
Does she need to stay in the same job?
Out.
I don't think she can get a different job right now. Well, I mean, she can do anything she wants, but Eric's saying it's not about getting a different job. It's learning how to work with what your soul has for you and your higher self. You need to be where you are right now for multiple reasons.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love my job. It's just it's difficult. These people have mental health issues. It's unpredictable.
They can be energy vampires.
I work in a psychiatric hospital. It's you know it's hard. I work with
individuals so they could be. Yeah. People with mental illness are often energy vampires. You know.
Yep. Exactly. It's I notice people that come into my job site are, you know, frustrated. What's the word? You know, and these people feed off their energy. And it's just the day.
So how can you protect yourself?
I do bubble meditations. I do a bubble meditation when I walk into work. But at the same time, it's like it's so chaotic. You know, we do pill call when everybody sits in the room together, and everybody's energy is right there, and it just takes one to go off, and then it just escalates from there. It's hard to deal with.
So it's really
I
like
want to treat everybody the same, and I feel like I have to be a harsh person to deal with these people to get them to do what I want them to do, and that's not.
Well, you have to be emotionally honest and set boundaries. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with being emotionally honest with people and setting
you have to be
boundaries
firm.
because if you don't protect yourself, then you're not going to be able to help anybody.
You have to
remember
be firm,
put your oxygen mask on. Put your oxygen mask on first, and then put it on your child.
Do you have a problem setting boundaries in your personal life?
Do I have
a
problem setting boundaries?
Do you have a problem?
Yes.
Okay, so listen, Eric is saying, here's the bigger picture. The other thing he's saying, when your smartphone, when your iPhone battery is low, what do? You plug the damn thing in, he's saying, because you need a recharge. Here's what you need to figure out, how to incorporate recharging into your day or your night shift, whatever you work. Go outside, touch the earth, smell the grass, get the dew. Even if it's for 10 seconds, you have got to take that responsibility to plug back in.
Wow.
And that's going to make a world of difference.
We're running out of time. I don't want to spill over to the next show, but one thing I think would be good is for you to get in contact with Jamin Olivencia, the life coach. He is amazing. I can't tell you how he has saved my son Lucas, but Jamin, Jamin, Olivencia.com. He's amazing. He can really change your life in just maybe one session. It's incredible. So consider that. And also, Veronica, you want to share your information?
Sure. VeronicaDrake.com is my website. You would come over and you would book an angel reading with me. It's me, Eric, the angels, the spirit guides. Everybody comes in. We do a full-blown assessment, and it's a lot of fun, too, because Eric and I are a little bit off the charts.
Yes, I bet you are. Hey, so when are you going to start opening up for the November question and answer with Eric?
Yes, great question. Actually, at the end of this week, and I didn't want to announce it yet because I get inundated and I'm trying to manage it, but I'm getting there by the weekend.
Okay, well, just tell me. I will announce it when you tell me to. Don't worry about it.
Cool.
All right, girl. All right, thank you, everybody. I love you, Eric. I love you, Veronica. I love all my peeps out there. Thank you so much to LiveParanormal.com for letting us do this. And until next Monday.
Love you. Bye, Mom.
Bye. I love you, sweetie.
Thank you, Eric.
Blog Talk Radio.
Thank you for joining us for Live Paranormal Radio. From the paranormal to the unexplained, it all happens here. It all happens here. Looking to enhance your radio experience? Participate in our live video chat 24/7 with our Live Paranormal Radio show hosts and other like-minded people. Live ParaNormal.com, the only interactive social chat room supported by Full Interaction Media. Stop by now and join the fun.
All right, yeah, join the fun, people, and thank you, Live Paranormal, for that awesome intro. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Eric.
Hey, Mama, kiss, kiss, and same for me, except not Mama.
Oh, yeah, of course.